This is Griffin, and I'm a tutor at the Villanova Math Learning Resource Center, and in this video we're going to talk about what to do when you get stuck on a math problem. So what to do when you get stuck. What to do when you're stuck. And this is going to happen, and that's okay. It's okay to get stuck on a math problem. In fact, it's part of the job description of doing mathematics. And I'm going to say one of the most valuable tools that you can use when you're stuck is to ask, the act of asking questions. I'm going to repeat myself from the previous video. Ask questions, whether it's to yourself, whether it's to someone else, whether it's to a tutor at the Math Learning Resource Center, whether it's to your professor, whether it's to your friend. Ask questions, articulate them, articulate exactly where it is that you're stuck. What is it that's making you stuck about this problem? What is it about this problem that's difficult? And articulate that difficulty. And sometimes the act of just articulating it will help you solve that problem. Another thing to do is to do something else. Do something else. So you can go take a walk, go try a different problem, go work on a different problem for a different class, go work on a different class, go eat. Whatever it is, do something else. I strongly recommend actually going for walks. Going for walks is a great way to give your mind a rest and sort of, if you can't sprint the entire time you're running a marathon, right? So your mind needs rest just as your body needs physical rest. And sometimes you can put so much strain on yourself when working on a problem that you don't have time to sort through all the complications and the untangle what's going on in the problem. And your subconscious actually has a very, very strange ability to untangle complications and convoluted messes and make sense of them. And sometimes we have to give our subconscious a chance to do that. So going for walks is an excellent way to give your subconscious a chance to work on the problem for you. Now, another thing to do is to ask for help. Ask for help, and this is part of asking questions. Ask for help. It's okay to ask for help. This is one of the things I did not do as an undergraduate because I was afraid that I would come across as stupid or dumb for asking for help. But that's not the case. That's not the case at all. Everyone has trouble with mathematics. And in fact, you'll benefit so much from asking for help because it's one of the most efficient ways to learn. Like the things that you're learning in mathematics right now, whether it's calculus or linear algebra or whatever it is, these things took centuries for mathematicians to develop, and these problems took centuries for them to solve sometimes. And we're just experiencing all the fruits of their labor, and we have to ask for help. I mean, we can't expect ourselves to learn this material in a semester's worth of time without asking for help and without the help of an expert or an expert tutor. And so this is so important. This is so important. It's so much, and it's so much fun. I mean, you get to talk with someone about a problem that you're curious about. So ask for help, and one of the best ways to do this is to ask for your help from your professor. So from the professor, from the MLRC, the Math Learning Resource Center, it's free tutoring. I mean, it's free tutoring for no price, no charge. You can walk in and we can help you, and talk with your friends. Talk with your friends about the problem. And these are great resources to use. I mean, talking about a problem, mathematics is a language, and talking in the language of mathematics is going to help you learn that language better. So these are great ways. These 3 great things to do when you're stuck. Some other things is to make the problem simpler. Make the problem simpler. And what I mean by that is this. So here's an example. Suppose I wanted to find the remainder when I divide by 3 of the following sum. 1 factorial plus 2 factorial plus all the way up to 100 factorial. Suppose I wanted to find the remainder when I divide this by 3. Well, this might seem sort of strange, like without expanding out all these factorials, right? So how would we do that? Well, if you don't know what to do, then maybe we could look at a simpler version of this problem. Find the remainder when we divide by 3 of this sum. plus 5 factorial, just 1 factorial plus 2 factorial plus 3 factorial plus 4 factorial plus 5 factorial. What's the remainder when we divide this guy by 3? And maybe we can use this technique on how we solve this simpler problem to solve the harder problem above. So that's one thing we can do. We can also look for relevant examples, relevant examples, EG stands for example. Look for relevant examples in your class notes, in your lecture notes, or the textbook, These relevant examples that might be related to the problem you're working on, you can use the techniques that were used in those examples to solve those problems, and maybe those techniques can help you solve this problem. Maybe not, but maybe they will, and it wouldn't hurt. And maybe those techniques that you looked over, maybe they might not help with this problem, but they might help with another problem you're working on. And that's what leads me to another thing. You start working on another problem. Start working on another problem that in your problem set. Working on another problem. So move on to another problem temporarily, and you can come back to this one. You can always come back. So start working on another problem. Maybe the act of solving this other problem will somehow cue or spur an idea for the problem that you were stuck on previously. So these are just a few things you can add to your toolkit on how to be productively stuck on math problems. And again, I want to emphasize, the tutors at the MRC, we are all either students or graduate students at Villanova or faculty and staff at Villanova, and we love math. We love talking about math, and we love helping others with math. So if you ever have any questions or any problems that you're stuck on in a math course, or questions about topics that you're studying in a math course at Villanova, you are more than welcome to come into the MRC, and a tutor will help you, and a tutor will be more than happy to help you, and more than capable of helping you with that problem or that concept that you're struggling with. We love helping others with mathematics, so please feel free to come in anytime that we're open. You can walk in, you can schedule an appointment with us, you can even just come out and hang out and do your homework, or just hang out, and if you happen to have a question that's math related, you're more than welcome to ask us, and we can definitely help you however we can.